By now, you've all heard of Italian Wine Unplugged 2.0, the latest book published by Mama Jumbo Shrimp. It's more than just another wine book. The fully updated second edition was inspired by students of the Vinitaly International Academy and painstakingly reviewed and revised by an expert panel of certified Italian wine ambassadors from across the globe. The book also includes an edition by Professore Attilio Scienza, Italy's leading vine geneticist. The benchmark producers feature is a particularly important aspect of this revised edition. The selection makes it easier for our readers to get their hands on a bottle of wine that truly represents a particular grape or region. To pick up a copy, just head to Amazon.com or visit us at mamajumboshrimp.com.
Welcome to The Next Generation. I'm Victoria Cece. Join me as we chat with young Italian wine people shaking up the wine scene. We're going to geek out on a grape or grape fam, then hear about all the wild wine things our guests have been up to, from vineyard experiments to their favorite wine bars.
I'm alive. Are you alive? Whoever's listening out there, we're alive together. We're going to get through this. Another episode of The Next Generation. Today is going to be a fun one, a really fun one. We have a wonderful guest coming on, Alessandro Scarzella, and we are going to be talking about a lot of fun things with him. He is in Piemonte, and he also grows Grignolino, which is the grape that I want to talk about today. We are going to do a little, grape breakdown. I'm reading from the Italian Wine Unplugged 2.0 book. That's where the facts are coming from. And I want to talk a bit about Grignolino, a wonderful grape indigenous to Piemonte that Alessandro grows at his family winery, Scarzella. They also grow and produce other wines and stuff. But Grignolino is this fun guy that everyone's actually been hyping up lately. I mean, it's worth it. I mean, it's a good wine. I mean, when it's really treated with love and care, and it's very unique. So it actually dates back to at least the mid-13th century in the Monferrato area. That's old. Its name actually derives from grignole, referring to the grinding of one's teeth due to the characteristic high acidity and tannic intensity of the wines. Another possible origin of the name stems from the word gragnola, which refers to the high number of pips in the berries. Let's go with the first one, because I think the whole grinding your teeth thing is a lot better and a lot more memorable. So you're probably wondering, what does Grignolino look like, taste like? It has actually a really light color. So it's really, really, it's pale in the glass for a red wine. I probably should have said it's a red grape that produces red wine. If you didn't know, now you know. And it can have different aromas, but usually it's strawberry and raspberry in that red fruit kind of area. And you also get this nice floralness. There's flowers that you'll get on the nose, however you want to say that. And again, given the origin of its name that we're choosing to follow, the Grignole, when you're drinking Grignolino, you'll know that the acidity it's there. And it has a very, as the book says, pointy tannic structure. I love that word, pointy. So super refreshing red wine. And we're about to have a producer on who makes it, so you can try it, right from Scarzella. Not fresh, but I'm excited. Let's bring him on. All right, drum roll. Here's our guest, Alessandro Scarzella. Ciao, Alessandro.
Ciao, good day, everyone. How are you, Victoria?
I'm doing well. I'm sitting in a little box in Verona, and you are where, in Piemonte?
I'm in Piemonte right now. Yeah, I'm at home. So, yeah, I'm doing pretty well. We're starting with the pruning soon. Mm-hmm. So, I'm taking a break right now to have this chat with you. And I'm pretty happy with that because it's foggy and cold outside. So, that's good.
But not as cold as Sweden, where you apparently were just yesterday?
Yeah, that's right. So I head back from Sweden yesterday evening because I had an event about Piedmontese wines, and it went pretty good. The name was Barolo and Friends, so it was mostly into Barolo wines, but also other varieties in Piemonte, and the wine lovers love it. So yeah, I'm pretty happy.
So do the Swedish really dig Italian wine? Do they love Italian wine?
They actually do, and they know a lot about Barbera. probably more than what I do.
Really?
So they know a lot about Barbera d'Asti and Barbera d'Alba and the DOCG and the DOC. And yeah, they were pretty into that. So that was great.
Wow. So they schooled the winemaker on his own wine. That's hilarious. Do you have an instance where they knew something that you didn't know about Barbera?
About Barbera, no, but they told me something like, is it real that we can add sugar in Sweden in our wines? And I said, I'm not pretty sure with that. And they told me, yeah, because we had the course and they told us that because here it's cool climate, we can add sugar into the must to make wines. So I'm not sure about that. So probably they know more about their wines.
So, wait, so they make wine. So they make wine in Sweden.
They do, yes, they do.
Ah.
In the southern part of Sweden, I don't know when they started, but they have like some varieties that they are growing. So they do sparklings and white wines mostly.
Did you try any of them?
I did. So I went to this restaurant in Stockholm, and yeah, so they brought me the entree. And they paired the entree with this Swedish sparkling wine, the Swedish champagne. I know that French people will get mad if I say champagne. So it was a Swedish sparkling wine, and it was interesting. I can't remember the varieties, but it was a Brut Natur.
It's so funny because you know that when someone goes, it was interesting. It's like, you're like, I can't say I liked it, but I can't say I wouldn't drink it again.
Yeah, exactly. It was good with that cuisine, I think, because we had many plates, like little platters, and I think it paired really well. But yeah, the taste was interesting. Yeah, I can't say I enjoyed that much, but it was interesting with that plate. It was a little bit reductive, but in some ways enjoyable. If you know what I mean.
In some ways, enjoyable.
Yeah, if
that's
you like
great marketing for Swedish sparkling wine. In some ways,
but that wine, if you like some notes of reduction, that was a very good sparkling wine.
But my question is for you: how much wine did you have before you tried this Swedish sparkling wine?
Not many actually, because I had the event during the day, so I couldn't drink. So that was actually the first wine, except mines, that I was tasting after I opened the bottles. So that was the first proper glass I had.
So you were sober?
Okay. I was sober, yeah. At the start of the dinner, yeah.
Okay, so this is a sober account. That's good. Okay, so Swedish sparkling wine's off to a good start then. I don't know if I'll ever try it, but as somebody who did drink, and I probably shouldn't say this on air, but copious amounts of champagne last night, because why not? I had a very long day yesterday. It was very much needed, but my champagne, the first bottle, was actually reductive. So
was it a proper champagne that you had, like a French one?
Yeah. Why would I?
Okay, good.
I would not. What? Excuse me. I'm insulted. I would not call something that's not champagne, sir.
I know. Already my friends told me, because on Instagram I post the story like Swedish champagne, and I had like 10 friends saying don't call champagne, and I'm like, yes guys, I'm just joking. Calm down.
Like, what are you gonna call it? Swedish sect? Like,
yeah. Swedish sparkling.
Swedish sparkling, like, no, but it's funny, of course, because champagne has become, like, the word champagne globally has become synonymous with just bubbles with sparkling wine. But I think this is, even though we should be talking more about Italian wine because this is the Italian wine podcast, it is true that we really need to stop associating those two things, because it's so I mean, not us personally, I just mean globally, because it's so wrong. Like, good champagne, I mean, is there? Yeah, there's bad champagne out there. That's, I mean, not bad, but like, champagne is generally good. You know what I mean? Like real champagne.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, like usually even the base level, it's like it's better than a lot of the sparklings out there, especially being someone, I'm American. There's quite the many interesting sparkling wines that you come across.
That's right.
But we could go down the whole, classic, method, a method champenois discussion. But I'm going to bring it back because my Italian wine lover inside of me is like, Victoria, don't talk about champagne. This whole
Swedish
episode
wines.
and Swedish wines.
That's right. But
even though I really want
start,
to, it's a good start. This is when I go, so Grignolino, anyone?
So let's go back to Italian wines. Okay.
Anyway, so I already briefly introduced you in the introduction, but let's we're gonna fly back to Piedmont from Stockholm.
Mm-hmm.
So where are you again, Alessandro, in Piedmont?
So I'm based in Rocchetta Tanaro, which is in Piemonte region, of course, and we are in Monferrato area, and it's a pretty awesome place. Like if you look at the map, you see that it's surrounded by forests, and we are like 15 minutes from Asti, and around 30 minutes from Alba. So it's also a really strategic place if you want to visit the wine regions here in Piemonte. And we have also a natural park in Rocchetta Tanaro, which many people come to visit from Europe and from America as well. We have a lady in Rocchetta that started an Airbnb, and she's a foreigner, and she fell in love with Rocchetta Tanaro. So it's a place that many people fall in love with. Yeah.
That sounds so sweet and romantic, and which is what a lot of people think Italy's like, even though we know it's not always like that. Yeah. But we'll stay on the romantic side of it for now. So you're born and raised in Piedmont, and I'm curious because I love, one of my favorite things to talk about is language and dialects and all that craziness. Because, okay, when you're drinking wine, you're talking, right? I mean, unless you're crying alone in your room, but that's another type of drinking wine. We don't want to talk about that. We don't want that. We want to drink wine together. Wine is about community. So I want to know, in Piedmont, are there any kind of like fun sayings or something? Yeah. I know you mentioned one, and yes. I want to know more about it.
So, yeah, we have some stereotypes. If we are talking about the region, the southern people in Italy will say that it's a pretty gray and foggy region because they're from the south. And of course, they have the sea, the sun. So for them here, it's always foggy, but that's not true. And then we have another stereotype, which is about people living in Piemonte, which is falsi and cortesi, which means fake and courteous. So basically they say that we are pretty kind people, but then we talk about them back to their shoulders, if you know what I mean. So doing gossips. But I think that happens everywhere in the world, right? It depends from the people. But yeah, there is this stereotype that we are fake and gorgeous people.
Okay. So
which is not a nice thing to say, but every region has something to say about the others. But yeah, I can tell that no, it's not true.
You're telling me that because we're having a conversation right now.
Yeah.
Everything I'm saying is real.
No.
I swear.
Are you enjoying this podcast? Don't forget to visit our YouTube channel, Mama Jumbo Shrimp, for fascinating videos covering Stevie Kim and her travels across Italy and beyond, meeting winemakers, eating local food, and taking in the scenery. Now back to the show.
Okay, so I learned today that the stereotype of Piedmont is that they're the backstabbers of Italy.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Some people say that.
Some people say that. So you don't believe it at all? You think it's totally a lie, a total stereotype?
I think that it could be true, but also it happens all around the world. It's not just in Piemonte, I would say. Does it happen in America as well for you? Like, do you think there are states in America that it's more like this?
So, okay. Yes, there is a similar stereotype in the States for sure. And I think it goes into the, I don't know if you ever heard the East Coast, West Coast narrative, but
yeah, same. They say that in the East Coast is, they are more like kind instead in the in the West, they're more like fake and,
And it's just kind of how you're saying it depends on where you are, right? But I definitely used to believe more in that stereotype when I was younger because I grew up in New Jersey. And New Jersey, like, I don't know if you know this, you might, but our stereotype is we're loud and in your face and like we're Jersey people. I'm not going to even get into it, but and it's similar. It's a little different than New York, but that similar like concept of I can't say all the East Coast because like if you go further south, there's another like Okay, let me just simplify this. So we're talking the Northeast right now, comparing to like California. The Northeast of like America is we're like more direct, we're more like in your face, whereas like the West Coast is stereotyped as like that kind of LA like like everything's chill but it's not really chill, you know what I mean, kind of like the Fauci Cortez, that kind of vibe. And I used to have, and I won't say it's true because I will never generalize groups of people. And I did a harvest in California. So I definitely would not say it's true in an entire state. But when I did go to college in New York, I met so many people from the West Coast and they were so chill and everything was always like, yeah, it's cool. And I was always like, but where do I stand with you, bro? Like, do you actually want to be my friend? Like, there was a bit of a cultural thing. And maybe it's like, if you get more sun, you're more chill. I mean, it's pretty going back to Piedmont, it can be really gray in New Jersey. Like, you know what I mean? We're a little rough around the edges when it comes to that. So I don't know. Yeah, that's how it is in the States.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, so yeah, but but that's the thing. It's so funny how like those narratives exist everywhere in the world, right? It's like the East, the North versus the South, East versus West. Not to get political, but exactly. Like it's not. The general concept's the same.
Yeah, it is really general speaking, and there are stereotypes, and of course they're not true. It's like. But they're fun talks, so people like to just generalize and do these things, which is part of the world and also the wine world. So it's funny.
Yeah. No, the wine. I mean, I think that's what's so interesting, what's happening in Italy right now. You know what I mean? And with all like people like you and myself included as a young person in wine, it's the future is an interesting one. And I mean, going back to stereotypes and what people think. So you're three brothers that run a winery, right? So all three brothers are involved in your winery?
Yes, we are all involved. So I'm the middle son. Emanuele is my oldest brother and he studied economy. So since he graduated, he always loved hands-on jobs. So he wanted to take over our family business. So we started to plant new vineyards since 2016. So we planted Barbera and Crignolino firstly, and then Arneis, and then Shiraz as well. And then Edoardo instead is my youngest brother, and he's studying chemistry here at the university in Piemonte. So he wanted to study chemistry because he said that he wanted to study something that he can apply to different jobs, and also because he loves the food chemistry. So he loves cooking. He's really Italian. So he said, I think chemistry can help me as well, in cooking and do different things. And then we have our number one fan, which is our dad, Franco. And he's a very humble man. So he says that no matter what, the important thing is that we are enjoying our job. And then he said something like when I come back from wine fairs, he doesn't ask me if I sold the wine, but he says, okay, how did you go? And I said, well, good, I think. And he says, okay, but people like your wines? And I said, yes, but do you want to know if I sold anything? And he said, it doesn't matter that part. So he's really into knowing if I had good times and if people love our wines that me and my brothers are producing. So yeah, that's very the thing that I love most about our dad.
Franco seems like the sweetest dad.
It is. It actually is.
Oh my God, that's so refreshing as an American. Like you grow up with this whole like, what's your job? How much money are you making? Is that really worth it? And then your dad's just like, as long as people love your wine.
Yeah,
My
like
heart's
a
on the
wise
floor.
man.
I love it. No, it's so beautiful. So, but I mean, three boys though, like, you guys must stir up some trouble. I mean,
Um,
are you guys all friends?
if between brothers we are friends, you mean?
Yeah, are you guys friends?
We are, yeah. Yeah, we're doing really well. I'm managing more the marketing and the selling part about the wine, but also because I study oenology, of course, I'm into the winemaking as well and the viticulture. And instead, my brothers, they're more into the production, so more into going to the vineyard and making wine, so being in the cellar. So we are doing really well. And everything that we do, we always ask each other. So even if it could be a small thing, we always ask each other if we agree to do something. And I think we are a really good teamwork,
Mm-hmm.
So it's good.
Well, that's awesome. Okay, so now I get it. So you're like the front man, you're the sales guy, you carry them the Scarzella message, and
Yeah,
then they're in the vines.
yeah,
Okay, that
exactly.
makes sense. And then you got the brother that wants to be a cook, which is just perfect because we all gotta
Yeah.
eat.
Do you imagine, like, yeah, if we would have like a restaurant in the winery, I don't know when will happen or if ever will happen, but at least we also have a little chef in the winery who can cook and, do also these pairings with food.
Oh,
It's still a dream. We will see what happens, but yeah,
I believe in your dream, and I will be one of your first guests because I love, love, love food.
good.
And I probably shouldn't say this, but I think I love food more than I love wine. Okay, no, I can't say it. No, I like them both.
Well,
But
yeah,
it's
exactly,
so
right?
hard. I can't choose, but you need food to survive, so I pick food.
Okay, but you also need wine to pair and enjoy more the food, right? So, yeah, I think it's a 50-50.
Yeah, I don't want to put myself or you in an existential crisis right now, so let's just say we have both and let's enjoy them. But like
Yeah.
on that note, what's like a traditional dish from your area? Like if I were to come there, what should I eat?
So a traditional dish, if we start with entrees, I would say vitel toné, which is like sliced beef with a tuna sauce on top. I know it's weird because you're not supposed to pair the tuna with beef, but it's actually a good pairing. I don't know if you ever tried, so I suggest you to. Otherwise, we have agnolotti, which is like ravioli pasta, but they have a square shape and with beef inside, like ragu inside. And that is not proper ragu, but to explain, it's like a beef paste. And they can be served with a red wine sauce, which is very interesting as well. And then if we go to dessert, we have bunette, which is like um, budino. So it's like panna cotta with the gianduia amaretto taste.
So okay, so the first one you're talking about was like vitello tonato, right? Like that
Yeah.
kind of yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That I think I've had all of these, but I've never this is gonna be a real shock for the audience. I've never been to Piedmont. I know. Let's not talk about it. Yeah, dude, yeah, it's something that's probably like everyone's gonna be like, this girl doesn't even work in wine then. It just hasn't happened. And it's also because I entered Italian wine in a like very unorthodox way. I didn't enter like super traditionally. And if you enter traditionally, where do you go first? Piedmont or Tuscany. But anyways, but food wise, I love food. So I've had those dishes, just not in Piedmont. And I love that you brought up vitello tonato because it's like, especially nowadays on social media, everyone's all like, this doesn't go with this in Italian food and whatnot. And even though I used to be like kind of one of those people, I just love how like you go across to different places in Italy and then you just get proven wrong. Like you're just like,
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, but then you go to Piedmont and they put tuna fish sauce on veal.
I know. It's something that I would never eat anywhere else, but just because it's tradition here and they always made it, yeah. So even when I was a kid, I never used to eat it, but it's something that you start to enjoy later on in life, I think. Especially when you can pair maybe with Langhe Nebbiolo or Grignolino or Barbera dishes. Wines, not dishes.
But like on that note, because obviously you guys are super busy, but being that I know that you're the marketing guy now, so you're not like stuck in the vineyards. What do you like? I mean, what do you do for fun? Like, are there like some cool wine bars? Like, do you just drink in your winery? What do you guys do?
Okay. So I don't like to say I'm the marketing guy, even if I said before, because I'm really pretty a vigneron, I think. Like,
oh, sorry. I didn't mean to insult you. You are a vineyard slash marketing guy.
Yeah. So, yeah, I head back from this event in Sweden, and I'm looking forward to go to the vineyard and just enjoy the landscape and hearing the birds singing. So I'm really into nature as well. But I also like to go with friends and have fun. So if we stay in Rocchetta Tanaro, there is a nice wine bar that is called Taschet. Otherwise, I will move to Alba, which is a more popular town, obviously the capital of the Langhe, and there are plenty of wine bars everywhere. So every weekend, you're sure that you will go to drink somewhere else because there are so many, like plenty.
It's popping in Piedmont. I need to get there.
Obviously,
it's
really
just
do.
Okay. So if I'm coming there, hypothetically, like I'm getting on a train or getting a car tomorrow, and I was coming to Rocchetta, what would we do? Like, give me I can give you a second to process this, but if we had like a 1-day itinerary,
okay, so
what would go on?
You stop in Rocchetta first. You visit our winery. I show you the vineyards. I show you the landscape. Then we can stop to eat at Trattoria Bologna, which is the most chic restaurant in Rocchetta. It's very, very popular. And then we get the car. We drive to Neive. So we go to the Langhe. So we visit another wine region in Piemonte. We see the vineyards there. So they're famous because of the Barbaresco, of course. And then we keep driving. We go to Alba. We stop for another aperitivo. So basically every hour we drink wine, but someone else will drive.
There's a driver involved. Yay.
Oh, yeah. At least we can drink as much as we want. And then we go to La Morra, I would say. So we move to the Barolo area and we see the landscape there because La Morra is the highest point in the Langhe. So it's 500 meters something. So that would be the itinerary. And then, I don't know, if you have just one day, that's the thing that I would do, I think. And then you can just pick a resort somewhere. It depends what time of the year you're coming. But if it's summer, during summer, most of the resorts have spa and swimming pool. So yeah, we will have dinner at some resorts and I don't know, have a night there, and then you head back to Verona the day after.
So do people okay, I guess you answered that already. Wow. So there's tons of wine bars. That sounds great. Honestly, like a nice drinking wine every hour, taking a little swim, eating a bunch of agnolotti, and then, okay. You've convinced me. Obviously, I was already convinced to come to Piedmont, but now I'm more convinced.
Yeah. And then it's not that far. Like it's very easy to get here. Like if you get a plane to Malpensa, it's like 1 hour 30, 2 hours tops to get here in the Langhe, Monferrato, Roero area. So yeah, it's close to most of the most famous airports here in the north of Italy.
Yeah, no, it's not far at all. I mean, and not that this is about me, but that's not the reason I haven't been there. But it's definitely reminding me why it's so stupid I haven't. But yes, it's for everyone listening, Piedmont, you gotta go. I mean, that's a big region, but like it's just so easy. You just hop in the car and you drive. I mean, and you can go and eat all the lovely food you can eat and go to these wonderful wineries. It just it's a dream.
It is. I think you hadn't come here yet because you're like, it's very close. It's easy to go, So you're like, I have time to go.
Exactly.
So I think that's the reason.
And it's like the place that I always felt like I'd end up going because I work in wine, where it was like, okay, I'll probably end up there next month or like something.
Yeah.
It still hasn't happened, where it's like, it's so stupid. But anyways, it just, for me right now, when I just said that so like lackadaisically, I was like, oh, a dream. It's because it's so cold in Verona. And then just the thought of a swimming pool outside, I was like, I can't even. I'm gonna just cry. But we are, winded down on time, unfortunately. But I wanted to wrap up with a sweet little question, a very important one, because Italian wine scene is changing and evolving, and there's a lot of people who like really want to dive into Italian wine. And very quickly, briefly, as you can, how would you suggest someone who has no connection to Italy, getting into the industry? Can they come work with you?
Okay, so getting into the industry is pretty fun. Like, if you like to work outside, you can work in a vineyard. And that's really a nice experience, especially because I was working in wineries in which there were like people who graduated in economy or medicines as well, especially in Australia. They were like, okay, I needed time to just enjoy life and living in slow motion, Getting into the industry, you can always apply for wineries. Most of them, they're really happy to get on board young people. And it's fun, even if you work in the new world, because they do night shifts and day shifts. So I was working during night shifts in Australia. And at the beginning, it was very hard, because you have to switch the day and the night. But it's fun because like we had a really funny moment in which we finished at 6 a.m. and we started at 6 p.m. And after that, we went to the beach to have wine and crackers. So we had like an aperitivo at the beach at 6 a.m. So there were like people doing fishing and looking at us like, are you guys okay? Like it's 6 a.m. and you're drinking wine here at the beach. And so the other question was, if I can hire people, I would, if we were bigger, because we are a really small winery, but I can help. Like if people get in touch with me, I can try to see if I can find other wineries that are looking for help and hiring people.
That's awesome. And yeah, make their 6 a.m. wine sipping on a beach dreams happen.
Yes.
There's no beaches in Piedmont, but you know what I mean. And also, I don't say this to make fun of you, but the Australian accent is showing a little bit, and I love it.
Is it? Okay.
It's like, I was like, oh yeah, no, it's great. It's great. Anyways, but it was so lovely to have you on, Alessandro.
Thank you, Victoria.
I will be in Piedmont soon. I will let you know. I now have an itinerary.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I hope you have an excellent day in the vines, because you do work in the vines. You're not just a marketing guy.
I'm going.
Which I learned. Pruning. And yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, I will see you in Piemonte then.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Grazie,
thank you very
Alessandro.
much. Grazie.
Ciao.
As always, a big grazie for hanging out with me today. Remember, you can catch me every Sunday on the Italian Wine Podcast, available anywhere you can get your pods.